Time for the sponsor's opening commercial message.
The federal health insurance marketplace is now open. So if you're under 65, you're free to shop for the health plan that's right for you. UPMC Health Plan has some of the lowest price plans on the marketplace. Plus, you may be eligible for financial assistance to help you pay for your insurance. For affordable coverage that includes access to UPMC and digital tools to help you manage your health, visit upmchealthplan.com/marketplace. Enroll today.
All right, you're asking for it, so here it is.
Epicast.
Listen to this.
I want you folks laughing at we partners pod, kid. You understand? We in here drinking, singing, swinging, all that shit, dog. We sweating.
Here we go. All right. Welcome to the 235th episode of the Drinking Partners Podcast. Yes, this is our Angel McCoughtry episode. Former Louisville star, former number one pick for the WNBA, went to the Atlanta Dream, Rookie of the Year, scoring champ. She was actually my favorite female basketball player in college after Maya Moore, even though she terrorized Pitt. I didn't like that, but she was dope. I think the ladies we have in the studio with us today are dope. And I thought it was a good time to introduce a female athlete as our athlete of the day, because I don't know if I've ever done that.
I don't know if you have either, man.
I don't know if I've ever done that. Yeah, I'm trying to tie it in. All right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to tie it in. Then I got in trouble on the internet.
I was there.
I'm like, let me change who I am. Let me reevaluate myself. I am half of your hosting tandem, Ed Bailey. I'm joined as always with my co-host, Dave Bracey. Say what up to the people.
What's good with you people? We are the Drinking Partners, and if you're looking for us, you can find us on epicastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Google Play, and Spotify under Drinking Partners. You can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at PartnersPod. 235 episodes, man. We've been asking y'all, and we will continue to ask you, man. Please hop on iTunes, hop on Facebook, rate and review. That's how we know we're doing well. That's how we let others know that we're doing well. And that's how we continue to do well, man. So please hop on iTunes, hop on Facebook, rate and review.
Hey, look, you love us. You see us out in public. You tell us that you love us. Now, at the click of a button, please tell the internet, please tell the world, tell everybody you know, tell your mama, your daddy, your cousins, everybody, man. And as always, I've said it 234 times plus a couple lost episodes. This will be the 235th time I say it. In lieu of rates and reviews, we do accept shots of Hennessy, all right? Yeah. Shout out to Car Guy DJ, a.k.a. James Logbo, a.k.a. I'm riding in a foreign, and the Conways for starting the trend. Shout out to everybody for keeping that trend going. We always appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. I got to shout out everyone who supported me at the Pittsburgh Improv this past Thursday.
On that, man.
Yeah, it was great, man. Great show, great turnout, especially on short notice. Good to have a nice group of brothers in there, man. So shout out to Eric Cruz, Ian McIntosh. You know what I'm saying? Marcus Cox came with the feature set, tore it down. So, it's progress, man. Like when you get an opportunity, you got to make sure you open the door for others, you know what I mean? So I know they'll be getting some more work down at the Improv, and I like to see some faces that I'm familiar with that look like myself down there, so we can have some representation.
Yeah.
So, but it's all possible due to support, man. We get a lot of support in these streets. I've been tipsy a lot of times because people have been bringing me Hennessy and beer, and sometimes a combination of both in the same evening. I'm pretty sure somebody bought me a shot that night, so we appreciate the love, man.
Truth, man. Shout out to New Realm. They sent us some Wooded Reserve. This is a Pastry Blonde Strong Ale, aged in bourbon barrels. Man, that is a lot.
Are people making up types of beer?
So I guess they threw some fucking cakes in there or some shit. Again, so they got, let me see, look at it, barrel aged, agent imparts layers of bourbon, sherry, and vanilla notes. Decadently sweet. Did they throw a pie in that motherfucker? If I'm drinking this
shit, I'm not gonna be able to pronounce decadently.
Barely.
Come on, man. Decadence. When the last time you spoke of someone's decadence?
Listen, man, I have definitely referred to.
You used to be doing pickup lines. Slide up to shorty at the butt like, babe.
I'm trying to be.
You're radiant today. I bask in your decadence.
Listen, I've thrown out some things at some times, you know what I mean? But
With your scarf on, getting Shakespearean. Decadence. It's impressive.
His beard definitely matches his scarf. Shout out to them. But yeah, I don't know if they throwing pies in that shit. Usually when they say pastry stout, I figure like they're doing some wild shit, like throwing like, cakes and cookies in there or whatever. But it is mimicking the taste of like pastries and shit. I'm not exactly sure which they talking about, but it's doughy, vanilla-y, and they put it in bourbon barrels. And you know what I mean? Listen, I'm a barrel is life type dude, so shout out to them. They clearly have been listening to the podcast because they knew what I liked. So yeah, I don't even know where the fuck is these motherfuckers from.
Where the fuck is these motherfuckers? We gotta get somebody on here who does fact checks and who looks up things for us while we drink.
Yeah, man.
I see you upgrading. I see you upgrading the equipment, Buzzy. Let's get us. No, we got.
They out in Atlanta. Out in hot Atlanta.
Oh, they in hot Atlanta?
In hot Atlanta. All right, New Round.
Always be showing Atlanta. Always showing off, man.
With the Pastry Blonde Strong. Of course they gonna make up some new shit in hot Atlanta.
Well, yeah. So look, cakes, hot Atlanta. Come on.
Yeah.
Atlanta got all the cakes. Look, I don't even.
You can actually catch us down at the City Theater November 22nd for One Night in Miami.
One night only.
One night in Miami, man. Down at City Theater. It's a dope ass shows going on from November 9th to December 1st. But we will be down there live. We're gonna go down there, watch the show, and then cut up with the folks that made it afterwards on the podcast live. They got that little area down there.
Yeah, down. We did what we did. Was it Hand to God? We did. What was that?
Did, yeah.
2 years ago we did that. So if you remember that, if you were there, you need to come back. It's always fun, man. And City Theater,
nice. Always got something on tap.
Is there a not nice bar in a place where you get to see a play or do something, culturally stimulating, and then there's a bar there? Like,
it's a nice little tie affair. You can wear a tie and not be out of place.
I would opt not to wear the ties in those situations because I wear a tie for work, right? So when you wear a tie for work, you really try not to wear a tie anywhere. Like you desperately do not want to wear a tie. I've done the open collar under the blazer thing. I'm old, bro. I'm middle aged than a motherfucker.
Right.
Like the open collar with the striped shirt and the brown belt. Oh man, I'm old as fuck. It's over for me.
Yeah, I've spent the vast majority of these last 2 or 3 years just trying to wear as many hoodies as possible.
Who the fuck created ties? Like who decided that shit was dressy?
Edit.
So anyway, One Night in Miami. Come see us live, City Theater. And if you're looking for tickets for that show, it's at citytheatercompany.org. And that's City Theater with the TH, with the TRE at the end, not the TER. It's more of I think it's more of an English kind of like a pinky out type spelling of it.
Another edit.
We were talking about bringing us stuff. You got an opportunity to do that. November 30th. This is your last opportunity in 2019, man. We're closing out our year. We don't like to do events in December because we have families. We have people that we have been ignoring all year, so we can come in here and drink on Sundays.
We got to get the Reno-y. We got to distance makes the heart grow fonder, man. I mean, we be doing it. We be doing what 60 episodes a year, shit like that. Sometimes, and then we do 60 podcasts. Then we do another 25 to 35 fucking shows, together a year or whatever.
And then we have our own individual.
And we got our own individual shit. And,
I'm about to meet my kids on December 1st.
How y'all been?
Daddy's finally coming home, y'all. I'm gonna be there.
How's your 2019 going? Heard you was in school.
Heard you had a birthday. Heard you had a birthday.
You walking these days?
You walking lately? Know any new words? But November 30th, we're down at Comtra Theater. All right, we got Samantha Bentley headliner. We're bringing Ray Zawodny back from New York. We got Suzanne Lawrence coming through. It's a great show, man. Yeah. Always a great show. Always BYOB and Ampersand in addition to, as well as free craft beer samples.
Shout out to the Queens of the North over there in North Country.
Queen of the North.
I mean, make Seastead and Lauren Baker out there running North Country. They will be closing out the year with us, bringing us a bevy of fine beers for you to partake in. And if you don't like that, then BYOB yourself. We invite all oncomers.
I would never bring nothing. If I came to
Listen.
I would just be like, you know what? They pouring enough beer. I could save this beer or this money.
Listen, man, motherfuckers see like free beer and they think like we gonna pour them like 4 ounces and be like, peace, bruh. And it's like, nah, man. Like, listen, they come with heavy amounts, and we really be drinking. So, again, if you maybe you like wine, maybe a wine type motherfucker, and then even then they be bringing the sours, which is crazy. I love this sour wave. What they're doing that because like a lot of the wine and cocktail, they doing the cocktail beers and whatever. Like with those sours, they're able to mimic so many different flavors that like it's hard to say that you don't like beer. You know what I mean, like if you don't like if you like cocktails, if you like any kind of drink, there's a beer out there that tastes
right.
like
If
that.
If you say you don't like beer, you probably just haven't had the beer that you would like.
Yeah, and North Country is bringing.
We're trying to drink
their sour game. Their sour series is one of the most fire out there right now, man.
Was that the Grisette?
Yeah, they had the Grisette out there. Shout out to Sister Friends. That collaboration.
They just had their baby too. Shout out to the Abneys. You know what I mean? They joined the parent club. Now we can actually be friends because I'm not friends with anybody who don't have kids. Can't be your friend if you got free time. I don't fuck with you. If you get to just go home and do whatever, watch whatever, if you can play Grand Theft Auto in the living room, like I don't fuck with you with that, man.
Nah, motherfuckers like that just be hitting you up at random times and shit trying to hang out like ever.
If you don't get in your car and listen to Kids Bop on the morning commute, I don't fuck with you. You don't know what it's like to hear Havana with a 12-year-old singing in your ear for 27 minutes. It's crazy. But it's time to get into our guest because this is going to be a beer-heavy cast.
Yes, it is, man.
Because we have some real beer aficionados.
It's an intimidating amount of beer, and we've been doing this for 5 years now.
Okay, so you heard decadence. And you
Yeah,
you know what? You on your shit
some
today?
syllables on there.
You in your bag today?
I'm enunciate some shit.
He's in his bag today, and we're definitely excited to see what these ladies have in their bag. We have Debbie, Amy, and Danielle from the Beer Ladies. Say what up to the people.
Hi there.
What up to the people?
Hello.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Get a little different flavors with each hello.
I'm not liking how he left off the Pittsburgh beer ladies.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know. Get the name right, Ed.
I'm not giving any.
He ain't Cleveland.
Pittsburgh. We're not like Ohio. Because there are other beer ladies. There's media beer ladies. There's like out in Philly. There's other beer ladies.
Okay, so we can agree on not fucking with Philly. Yeah. I personally, Dave's going to have to say the Pittsburgh. I'll say the Beer Ladies. So we'll try it again. We have the
Pittsburgh
Beer Ladies in the building saying up to the people.
Thank you.
So welcome. You are also drinking this Pastry Blonde Ale. Is it a thing that that you've had before? Is it a like
I've had strong ales before. This one is a little sweet. I get a lot of caramel on the front. I definitely taste that it's in a bourbon barrel.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, you be going to beer school and shit. I
do go to beer school.
So I know you've been, getting your words down.
Debbie's like super beer nerd now.
Yeah, I'm a little obsessed.
I think it's super decadent.
There it is.
Okay.
There. Listen, are you listening out there, New Realm? You did it.
I actually don't know what decadence means.
I don't know, man. It just
a word
like
that
purple and
context
gold
clues.
and
It's one of them
robes
context
and shit. Yeah,
cluable.
that's what I think. Like it's like Aladdin.
Evilly good.
Evilly good.
Evilly
Ooh, shit! Are you out here trying to steal the show?
We about to have a third.
That's what
host.
Debbie
about
does.
to.
Did you see her at Fresh Fest? She was up there grinding with the what was that? The Prince guy?
Party foul.
I forget.
Party foul.
I don't know. She's grinding with so many people she doesn't remember who she was grinding with at Fresh Fest. I'm in trouble
I don't know if
already.
that's how we want to introduce her to
The beer leggings that she was wearing. They looked
Oh
really
yeah,
good.
I was wearing along with Jackie. We both wore beer leggings. That's right.
beer leggings. Where do you find beer leggings?
Amazon.com.
Ah,
Where you find everything.
Where she finds like hop necklaces
Yeah.
and she's always all
Got-
decked out.
you are like
I got the beer
you're
jewelry
like a
on.
walking mascot of the industry. I like it. Oh, so y'all came with all the.
I don't have any beer gear except my shirt, which
All right, so you repping the brand, and then they went over the top. I like those socks actually. I might need those for.
Got them from Vans.
Got your Vans. on.
Skulls
You all
and
Van
beer
down.
mugs.
Skulls and beer. I like it. I don't know if I can wear those to work, but I feel like I want to. want to wear those to work.
Oh, you should.
Yeah, we get a crazy
Funky
sock day. I'm
socks
going to
are
do
in.
it. Yeah, crazy sock day. I'm definitely going to do it. So let the listeners know who are not familiar with the Pittsburgh Beer Ladies. As Day is not on the mic, and I had to say the Pittsburgh. Let them know what it is and what you all do, how you got involved.
So essentially, our name is pretty self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm.
We're from Pittsburgh. We're ladies, and we like beer. And we started back in 2011, and the beer scene was rather different back then.
Okay.
Because back in 2011, you couldn't just go to any bar and find craft beer. And, you know, there were women who liked beer back then, but they were more spread out. It wasn't the norm. So, you know, like for me, for example, if I wanted to go out with some of my best friends, we had to find a compromise, because if I wanted craft beer, it meant we'd have to go to some fancy place where the beers were super expensive. So then they'd have to pay a lot for their Miller Lights, and they didn't like that. But if I would go to their Miller Lite dive bars, there was like no beer that I would like to drink. So back in 2011, there was a group of women who were friends with people, the Philly people. They're actually like, it's like Media, and the other one, I'm going to forget. It's some other Philly suburb. But they started a little beer club out there and said, hey, you guys should start this in Pittsburgh. But ours has taken off like a lot. So back in 2011, we probably had like, I don't know. I saw an article in the paper. I was one of the earliest members. And they just got together, and Angela, we'll give a shout out to Angela, who was one of the ones who got it going. And she just wanted to gather women together. And because beer, you know, back then there just wasn't as many breweries. I mean, Roundabout didn't exist. Grist House didn't exist. So they met at Penn Brewery and just went around to different breweries and just talked about beer and got to know each other. And then we've expanded from there. So now we have over 1,800 members. We have a really active Facebook group. We try to have events about once a month. We've been a little lax on that lately, but we just go around to different breweries, beer bars. I mean, we've done all kinds of creative things. We went to like the Pittsburgh Glass Center and made beer glasses and got all artistic. But a lot of times we just basically just go and drink beer and meet other like-minded people. And it's really cool because we've got women who are just turned 21. We've got women in their 60s and 70s. We've got women from the suburbs, from the city. Like there's a whole bunch of variety of different people with kids, people without kids, people who are new to beer.
Exclude them. Don't let the people without kids in.
Well, I know. See, it's interesting you're saying that.
They don't even need beer. You know what I mean? Your whole life is chill.
See, it's interesting you're saying that because I am a new mother. And
congratulations.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to the club.
Well, thanks. Yes. But it's weird. It's a weird club because it's like as soon as you're in, it's like, I don't know, people get real into it. Mm-hmm. And whereas I'm kind of like, is this going to cramp my beer drinking style? Because I did have that life of leisure, apparently, that you speak of. So,
well, I think craft. I don't know. Craft doesn't. It doesn't affect. It doesn't feel like it affects. Like if I was to be hard on Hennessy, drinking like liquor, I know I would have to cut back beer. I could just choose a different style of beer, a more chill style of beer. Like if it's a weekday, I can choose a lighter beer, and I can still have beer, have the flavor, but I'm not having the after effects. So I think that's why I appreciate craft beer as much as I do, is because like I can still drink.
Ooh, you motherfucker.
Dave's had a whole different. He's on a whole different podcast.
He is.
Oops.
So you guys have 1,800 members. Do they just join the group? Are there any barriers of entry? Do you have to anything to get into the group? Or
A lot of us, when we're out and about and we see another lady, we ask them if they've heard of Pittsburgh Beer Ladies, and they join. You just have to be over 21.
Yeah.
And live in Pittsburgh or spend a lot of time here. And not excuse me.
No, but like
you gotta
we get
show
these
your voter
random
registration
people.
card.
No, I mean I tell people that they have to do a keg stand of a certain amount, but no, I mean there's no criteria to join. It's not like we're not formal, we're not like super organized. It's mainly at this point a really active Facebook group because that is what has allowed our membership to grow. Right. Because we don't get like 1,800 members every time we go and have an event. We get anywhere from like 10 to 30. Mm-hmm. Just depends.
Depends on where it is. If it's a new brewery,
it's kind of a pain in the ass planning events. We'd probably have more if more people would step up to do it, but people kind of want to just go. So yeah. that's how just a lot of people talk about beer on the Facebook group. Like, here's what I'm drinking tonight. Tried this. A lot of discussion about news in the beer industry and things
where
like
to drink. I'm going to New Zealand. Tell me where to go. That kind of thing.
So what were your individual like introductions to craft? Like, how did you get into it? You're saying a lot of your friends were drinking Miller Lite back in 2011. So
I was a Beast drinker back in the day. Was raised on the Beast.
Did you go to Penn State?
No. Just grew up in Pittsburgh, and I went to Allegheny College up in Meadville. But
Penn State, man, that was great. Like so Natty Ice was IUP, but then you went up to like the frats and all the frats. You couldn't get barrels in the frats, so they had like all these cases of Beast, and that was just like wow. They had Blue Beast and
well, the Beast
Red
Ice, that was the best value because
Beast
that was 5.5%.
Beast Ice.
So it was $8 a case for 5.5%. That was the most bang for your buck.
Yeah,
but
was that the blue or the red one? I knew
that was the blue one.
Okay, yeah, there was blue. There was Blue Beast and Red Beast.
Blue if it's Beast Ice. Come on, it's not Beast Fire.
They still make it apparently because my friend. I turned 40 this year, and my friend got me
got you a Beast.
Got me a 40 of Beast. So I don't know where one gets a 40 of Beast these days. But
did you all drink 40 ounces? Because I had a 40-ounce phase. I used to drink 40 ounces.
Probably yes, but not out of one can. Out of like the red Solo cups.
You never had the bottle like the OE? Y'all okay, thank you. Thank you, bitch. Everybody got down 140 in your life.
Oh, yeah.
You get down
I totally
bad.
did the 40s.
$3, you was lit for 7 hours.
Them Hurricanes was like $2.25. Like, hell
Never
yeah.
had Hurricane. It was always OE.
So OE,
way.
it was wild because I started out drinking OE in high school when I didn't have responsibilities. And then I went to college and got broke as shit.
High school.
And then was like, oh shit. So then I went to Natty Ice. And then afterwards, after I came from college and went to like real world, I was like, oh shit. And then it was $2.50 for that Hurricane. And that's really the bottom at the end of the day. Like but it was nice. It was malty.
We've come a long way.
It was malty. It had notes of depression. It's pretty dope. So you like this one? Tell us.
Me too.
What is this?
This one's a mother pucker to me.
Beer.
So this is out of
bonus points.
This is Noble Creature out of Youngstown, Ohio.
Shout out to Noble Creature.
Yeah, all these Ohio breweries that are
Ohio's in because we the OH10. It's a 10 for a reason. Perfect 10.
So it's a oak barrel aged.
It's a dark sour ale, and it's a very metal bottle. There's a cat on the front and then some metal art on the back. It's very cool.
It tastes good, too.
Yeah. It's very different. It has that dark barrel age with a tinge of sour to it. It's very interesting.
Yeah, no, he's over there fucking up the game over there.
Sour.
Tinge, just a, I mean. Yeah.
I just want to hear y'all, because I heard Mother Pucker, I hear tinge of sour. I just want to have y'all try beers and just rate them.
Nurgle. Is that what the Nurgle?
I have the worst palate, though.
It's just
I know what people tell me I'm drinking. If you tell me there's like notes of blueberries and like, I don't know, little kittens frolicking through a field, I'll taste it.
That's where I am with it.
There's no such thing as a bad palate. Everybody tastes, what they taste. Yeah. So there's no such thing.
Oak aged.
That sounds like one of those things that people say to you when you're not good at something.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's a whole there's like a whole program that's built for the actual thing.
Well, yeah, like people study it and stuff.
Yeah, they study that shit.
Brewers have to be good at it because they got to know, they tweak their beers all the time. I mean, practice does make perfect. I will say I know more now than I knew back in 2011 about types of beer, styles of beer, what I like, what I don't like. I can tell you what certain hops taste like, but I don't know. I can't sit there and tell you, like with wine or anything. I just know I like it or I don't.
That's all you really need to know. If you're not like selling this shit, like if you like it, you like it. You don't, you don't.
That's pretty much it. You just need to know if you like it or you don't. And if you don't like a particular style of beer, keep trying because you might find a variation that you actually love. Like I had a friend that didn't like sours and I was like, you need to try fruited sours because they're amazing. And she came up to me at the Hop Culture Beer Fest and was like, you were absolutely right. Fruited sours are amazing.
Is she a beer lady now? A Pittsburgh beer lady?
Not yet.
She needs to join. She got good advice.
I know. I try.
You make a good point because there's a lot of sours I don't like, but I like almost all of them from Grist House, which I brought one of those.
Oh, shit. We're getting some Grist House.
So what is it about sours that you don't like? I just think this is going to be a very interesting...
Well, kind of like I said, but makes me, and it's a mother pucker.
Oh, that's what I'm. Okay.
I'm just not. I don't know. It's just too sour on my tongue and my taste buds.
You know,
I
lemonade
guess.
mother pucker
type.
Has
is
to be
not
softer.
a positive thing.
No, to me, a mother
okay.
pucker is not a positive thing.
Okay,
But you can like adjust with sours.
That's true.
Like if I'm tasting something at a beer festival, it's harder. But like once you bring your palate around, because the first couple of sips, you're like, and then
Yeah.
you're like, oh, and then
That's what the shit that you had last night. You were like, "What is it called? Like, is it?"
Yeah, the what's it? The thin sip of fruit.
thin lips.
Thin lip of fruit. I fucked that name up 47 ways yesterday. Yeah, but I tasted it up front and it was really sour. But then after that first sip, it was like very muted and I got more of the fruit after it. I was like, I don't know what this just did to me, but
It also
I'm not
depends on
explaining that.
if you're eating, if where you are. I mean, it's so subjective.
There was
That's-
definitely
I
a lot
mean-
of cat skulls in the room.
There were.
Yeah, and a lot of cat
Where you
skulls.
were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
where were
it's
you
like-
guys at?
We're at Noble Creature.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess a noble creature is a dead cat.
Oh.
I don't know.
Does it have to be a cat?
Now I feel depressed about this
But it's
beer.
not-
I
Does it have to
was
be a cat? I
there.
thought they had other animals that were dead.
There were definitely a lot of other animals.
But their whole feature is
that
dead
the one that's-
animals?
Well, not really.
There was a guy playing an accordion at one point, I think.
Is that in a former church?
Yes.
Okay, I was there.
Yes.
It's
Very
also
good.
a formal town. Like, I don't think there's anything around there. So it's just like only noble creatures.
Yeah, there's Noble Creature, and then like maybe like a field of like nuns.
Yeah,
that,
so
like
you're driving down the street,
sacrificing each other. Like
just
in
see
the
a
distance,
light.
You know what I mean?
And
Like,
you see people going in and out of this light.
yeah,
And like,
it's like I feel like the village was. You know what I mean? Like that's where it was filmed and shit. And like every once in a while, like you'll have an Amish person like stumble in and be like, "What is this?" Like I didn't know there were other civilizations. But if you are around Youngstown, definitely go check it out, man. The quorum is
definitely
all
good
like
beer.
dope and shit. Speaking of breweries and like decorum and things like that. What are some of the things that breweries get wrong? Not thinking about women. I mean, because like a lot of the breweries are owned and operated and marketed to men. So when you go into an environment or whatever, like what are some things that maybe brewers can do to or breweries can do to make you feel a bit more welcome and comfortable? I mean,
Have more women.
Behind the bar.
I mean, I love Dancing Gnome, but it is very male dominated.
it's
When you
bearded
just
flannel
hired-
forward.
They did
woman.
hire. I know. I hear there's a woman working
Katie
there.
or-
Yeah,
There's a
Mindy,
woman
one
there.
of our beer ladies, met her. Said she's really cool.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. The standard things are like purse hooks. I mean, it's true though. Like you got to have a place to put your purse.
hooks.
Yes. You even know what a purse hook? Have you ever thought
know
about
what it
that?
is?
Do you want to leave? Okay, so I'll just. Do you want to leave your purse? Like when you say purse hook, where do you put a purse
Like
hook?
if you're sitting at the bar,
Just at the bar,
like underneath it, you hang
Okay.
your purse on instead of sitting on top of the
shit.
bar where it's all sloppy and stuff.
So I'm trying to think. What I don't know. I guess I never look for purse hooks.
Right.
but-
Right.
You
What
don't
would you?
carry a purse.
You
I don't know of
think
a
about
place
it.
that has purse hooks.
Yeah, no, plenty of them do.
I'm not
Starting
saying
to
they
now. Yeah. And then like
Yeah.
mirrors in the bathroom.
And bathrooms in general. I mean, we definitely need more restrooms. We know that.
Yeah, and merch that's more
Right,
geared
right,
towards
right.
women.
Yeah.
I'll,
Right,
I'll
yeah,
buy a
like lady
shirt and
takes
it's
and-
not
yeah,
cut
well,
right.
no, say not. I don't know, just t-shirts that aren't cut all huge because
Yeah.
I'll cut into the men's t-shirt if I want it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, or if it like non-pink shirts. Because
Yeah. I like how you started with hire the motherfucker. Like, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
like,
well, that's
'cause what
important.
people are
That's
like,
important.
Well, how do we get black people to drink beer? I was like, have you offered them a job?
right.
Like, as soon as I get a job, I tell all my friends to come by. Like, that's just the first day. Because it's the hookup. You know what I mean? Like, as soon as I get a job, what's good as a job if I can't hook up my friends? You see what I'm saying? So, like,
I just think they're looking at it wrong. You don't have to try to get women to drink beer. You have to try to get them to drink your beer. You know what I mean, they're already drinking beer. There's already a Pittsburgh Beer Ladies group. They're looking for representation. So yeah, hire them, get someone in there, and then they'll be a signal boost for you. So.
And there's a lot of kick-ass women brewers. I mean, you mentioned Meg, and there's others across the industry. And so I don't know. I mean, women drink beer, and a common theme in our group and discussion on the Facebook page is women. One of our members will be at a bar, and the bartender will try to mansplain beer to them, and inevitably, the beer lady knows way more than the guy does. Or, and I've had it too, where they'll offer like, well, here's our fruity beer, which I love fruity beers, but I don't want you to tell me about your fruity beer because you assume that's all I like.
I've definitely been white splained before. They're like, I'm sitting with a group of friends at a bar, and like everybody, ordered it, and I was like, yeah, so what is this? She goes, that's a beer menu, and I was like,
Ouch.
Yeah, you know what they say about assuming.
Yeah, I just there's so much.
Lots of
So I ordered my beer and I looked and everybody was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that happened to you." Yeah, no, that is rough, man. It doesn't make you want to frequent that establishment anymore. I mean, and like that I would imagine that happens often. So like does going in groups help that? You know what I mean? Like is that something that women have come and said, "Hey, I just don't want to go out by myself," because like safety is also an issue. Which there's a beer writer that brought up on the interweb somewhere about how as a beer writer or whatever, like she has to like she can't really do Airbnbs, and when she travels she has to make sure that like even with Ubers and things of that nature, I mean the driver is creepy, like the Airbnb person is creepy, like you go to an event and then you're drinking too much and then the rep is creepy, I mean it's just like creeps all over the place, and then you add alcohol into the mix or whatever, and it's like is that something that like I don't know. Is that something that like comes up on the boards or anything like that, or like discussions in any way?
Not too much.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, I personally have never felt unsafe at a beer event or at breweries. I mean, the one thing I do think of though is like on Untapped, like lots of random guys will try to friend me on there, and I'm like, I don't do that because I'm like, I'm telling you I'm drinking. I'm telling you where I'm drinking, and so I don't know. But like other than that, I can't really think of anything, but sometimes I feel like I should be more worried about safety because I feel like I just live my life because nothing's ever happened to me.
I don't think too much about it, but I also think a lot of women feel comfortable in a brewery, but not necessarily a bar. I think it's a complete. I mean, a brewery is not a bar; it's completely different.
And most times, aren't getting wasted in breweries.
Right. And most times, and I'm happy to go to a brewery by myself or with friends or with my husband. And a lot of times, when I go, I walk in, meet a stranger, and walk out with a new friend.
Yeah,
because beer brings. I've met
like
so many people through beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can attest to that. Every time I'm at an event, I'm like, God damn, who don't you know? Like,
that's what we tell her all the time. Like, because she's chatty and she'll talk to you. And beer does bring people together, and that's awesome. So true. And we have noticed, like, one of the things about the Beer Ladies group is like, I don't know, everyone is really cool for the most part. And so it's there must be something about liking beer that just makes you an inherently cool person. I don't know.
Nice.
More laid back, I guess.
Yeah.
I do think with women going out, even if you're with your friends, I think it's very important to still look and keep an eye out on your drinks because that is still a thing, unfortunately, now. So I think that's very important for women out there and men, too, because men have had their, something slipped in their drinks.
Oh, I definitely have been, approached by men at the bar, aggressive men who wanted my black cherry. And I was just like, stranger danger. And just, I'm flattered, yes. But
Are
then,
you flattered in that?
I am. I mean, like, listen, man.
It's a weird.
Got a standard. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
It's a weird situation. Like, I want to somehow respectfully tell you no.
Yeah.
I also kind of want to know why you thought this would work.
Just remember, Day, no means no.
No does mean no. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know what a black cherry is. So I don't know. Like, they could have got that shit off and be like, yo, what's up with that black cherry? And
what I'm telling you, I don't want it to be popped in any way, shape, or form. And I'm like, so I'm just like, hey, look, I'm a flatter, but keep it moving.
Yeah, this beer tastes like black cherry. Can you bring some of that Dead Cat beer over here?
Ooh, the Dead Cat. You want more of that Dead Cat beer?
I want more Dead Cat.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yes. Shout out to Noble. So yeah, and they're aggressive, man. And I know if they're aggressive to me, like it must be, even more like terrifying in that situation because like I'll beat you the fuck up. You know what I mean? And you talk to me like that, like I couldn't imagine, just being out there and be any kind of slightly vulnerable and having to deal with that bullshit.
I think at breweries too. I think because the music element is like more live music and the atmosphere, it doesn't breed that sort of aggression, that type of aggression. Like you're not in a brewery to pick up women or to pick up, like you may stumble into a connection and that may happen and it could be organic, but it's not a place like you like, yo, I'm about to go up to Dancing Gnome, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sit on the let out.
Let out, Dancing Gnome, like quick, you know what I'm saying? And then what I've noticed too is a lot of times when you go to breweries, there are more couples there, and then they're either couples or groups. And so, I think one of the benefits of being in a group is you are, I don't want to say you're less approachable, but as a man, there's a certain level of confidence, a certain level of respect that I have to have when I approach you and you're amongst friends, because I'm being judged by multiple people and I'm not even targeting this conversation to them. So I'm trying to talk to you, but they're sitting in there watching. I know they're going to get in your ear. You know what I mean? As soon as I go to the restroom, you're going to have a quick powwow. And then I come back to these, soft whispers. And I'm like, what y'all talking about type shit.
Yeah, you're like, hey, what are y'all doing?
Yeah, so we tend to stay away. Like, let me just admire y'all from across the bar. Or you just see people there with their significant other. So I don't know. I don't say that it's not safe, but I do understand why individuals would be at ease. But you do have to, keep safety in mind, as you said.
They got these beer, like these condoms now for like glasses. I mean, where
if you go to the bar, you
put them. Yeah, you put this on, and then you could pop a straw through there. You know what I mean, and then that keeps because you could just be standing around. It's not even when you leave your drink. You could just be standing around, and somebody from behind on some ninja shit drop some shit in there. You know what I mean? So it sucks that we live in a society where condoms are necessary. Also, hold on. Yo, there's hella beer. Get some of this beer, man.
I don't know if I'm supposed to pick up from where you
anyway, but it's more. It's like I said, it's sad that we live in a society where a beer condom or a drink condom has to be there or whatever. But they are available.
I need to look this up.
Where you can just slip that bitch on. It's like it looks like a.
I need to see it.
Have you seen this in real life?
Yeah, it looks like a one of those shower caps. You know what I mean? It looks like a shower cap for your drink. You pop it in, you pop it over or whatever, and that way
it's an inverted koozie.
Yeah, I mean, instead of going underneath, it goes over top or whatever.
Do they have sizes? Is there a magnum?
I think it's one size fits all.
A magnum beer
tulip glass.
I mean, you get the crowlers or whatever. That ain't the same as when you got a bottle.
I think it'll fit a crowler on that, man.
You throw a magnum on top of a beer bottle, and that shit just tilt and pops off. You know what I mean? Next thing
see, now the beer bottle. I don't think. You know what I think? I don't think it's small enough for a beer bottle, though.
Yeah, it's a Durex. So you gotta get the Durex. Yeah. You gotta get the Durex beer.
You might just bring a Giant Eagle bag and just,
Yo, if you come in and flap a Giant Eagle bag,
just
tie that. Just take your beer in the bathroom with you, man. I've been that dude. How do y'all feel about being at a bar? Have you been out by yourself and you gotta go to the restroom? Do you try to finish your drink? Have you taken it in the restroom?
Yeah. So it depends on what kind of drink. I don't like to take the glasses in because it's too open.
It's too wide open.
Too wide open for germs and shit like that. But I feel like a beer bottle can survive a bathroom trip. You know
Ladies, y'all take the drink. Well, y'all typically aren't by yourselves though.
I can hold it.
Yeah, I take it in with me.
Take it in with you?
I don't know. Some people
I've seen
drink.
people put coasters on
you
top.
Go out drinking some by yourself.
Yeah,
sometimes.
I do go by myself.
Yeah, I mean, I will occasionally, but I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe I shouldn't admit, but I do take my beer into the bathroom.
I guess
I don't think there's
I've
nothing
seen-
wrong with that. You're not putting.
the germ factor. Yeah,
I've seen breweries have specific shelves just for your beer.
The alcohol
I've seen the drink shelves.
Some people were bashing it. Why would you take it? Well, it's safer. Why would I leave it on the counter if I can take it and have a place to put it?
Yeah, I've been in there. I've sat my shit in the
It
bathroom.
depends on my level of inebriation and who I'm with. I mean,
beer festivals, probably definitely beer in the bathroom.
Yeah, no, definitely beer. Well, I am. I mean, well, shit. If I'm at a beer festival, I ain't got no beer to drink in the bathroom. It's 4 ounces.
Take a shot.
Stick it in your hat.
Yeah, that shit is.
Knock that shot out real quick.
Yeah. So I don't know. What is the next beer? Y'all brought a lot of beer. Let's get into whatever y'all.
I brought stained glass ceilings. One from Insurrection called All Things Considered. A Dead Sleep, which I think I saw in your
tell
fridge.
us whatever you want.
And a microbrew.
Dead Sleep.
Let's
while you're doing
pop
that,
the half growler of stained glass ceilings.
Is this Dancing Gnome?
Yeah, I got it there.
While you're doing that,
yesterday.
Ed's going to struggle with this wooded reserve bottle that they made sure they corked so that no humans could ever get into it.
Yeah, I hate the little cork with the little gold
It got
bronze and shit to catch to catch the pop.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, so you can twist it to catch the pop.
This motherfucker is on a roll.
Wow,
he realized that
take the whole
theater
thing
with the
off.
TRE with the tray means that they got actual plays in this motherfucker. Now he's
I
learning.
made that up.
Oh, well, now that you know, tray means that they actually got plays on that motherfucker. And now we got this golden thing that's for the pop catch.
Yeah,
we learning.
so I'm going to now exit the cast as I struggle, but it was nice. Nice speaking to y'all. Done.
See, man, go fuck yourself.
Done.
So
Finn.
What is this that we're drinking right now?
Stained glass ceilings from Dancing Gnome.
Shout out to Dancing Gnome, man. That motherfucking place is sterile as fuck. Y'all been in that motherfucker? It's sterile.
I'm there
it's
on a weekly basis.
Yeah, no, in a good way. No, I don't know if you could be a bad sterile unless you're trying to have babies.
It doesn't.
Sterile means clean. That's like surgical.
If your woman described you as sterile, you would think she's giving you a compliment.
Well, it depends.
Why do you love Day? He's so sterile.
Listen, it depends on your family plans. Because I mean, shit, I would love to be sterile. That costs a fee and it takes a couple of snips for that. So I'm not in that.
I'm
cool
on that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But you know, I would love to go to the doctor. He's like, I'm sorry, sir, but you're sterile. I'd be like, what?
I don't know if
what?
Nah, because that means somebody else knows. I don't think
so. Your medical record.
I'm just saying, like, I got pictures all on the internet and shit. They be putting me out at the Improv. He might slip. You like, yeah, I should go see my patients at the Improv. You know, he will never have a child.
Like by sterile, do you mean their decor or the people who attend?
I'm saying it's clean.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, like, there's no infections anywhere. Like that motherfucker. Like, I'm confident when I get a beard in this motherfucker that is gonna be the glass is gonna be fucking nice. The dudes are all. I mean, cut clean and shit with the beards, like the TVs and shit is a very, sterile environment. You can do if I died and there was a doctor in the house, I'd be cool having surgery done on the floor. That's the kind of place.
Well, if I'm dying, you could pretty much give me surgery on anything.
Well, I have confidence I won't come out with Ebola afterwards. Yeah, I mean, but yeah, shout out Dancing Gnome. What is the?
So stained glass ceiling is 8% ABV and it's got Mosaic, Citra, and Amarillo hops.
Yeah, all them New Zealand type motherfuckers and shit like that. Like,
Yo, okay. So when you made mention of being able to taste the hops or like differentiate, it's starting to click for me now because Mosaic, that's the musty hop.
No, I think Mosaic's
my
fruity.
Citrus.
Citrus has citrus.
But it got some dank in it.
Well,
the
dank,
some dank in there.
I said musty, but
I don't know. See, I always taste more fruity.
So I get like a floral smell to it, and I get more of a floral, and then the like citrus.
Yeah. Well, the Citra, I mean, it's named appropriately.
Right. But I just know that anything that has Mosaic, I like it.
Yeah, no,
There's just something about the.
But I think it's because it
hop.
has that citrus and that dank to it. Like it's both that, you know what I mean, that kind of weed, marijuana, like, hey, we're cousins. Also, we're fruity and light and playful.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so you can you could throw it in the West Coast, you could throw it in the East Coast. You know what I mean? Like you could throw it in either and it's it plays well. So shout out to Mosaic and the people who grow that shit. Shout out to Dancing Gnome for mashing this up and juicing it for us for our pleasure. 8%.
Yeah, I'm interested. So we kind of discussed like he has what they could do to make breweries more friendly to what do you like? What would you like to see in breweries just in general? What do you like about the brewery experience?
Well, I mean, I don't. Some of it's the environment, like Dancing Gnome. Like one of the things I like about it, it's filled with light. It's not all dark, and bars tend to be all dark, which there's a time and a place, but usually day drinking at breweries or things like that. So I don't know.
I love the community seating. You're talking about feeling comfortable in different places. When you go to a brewery, it's all community seating. So if I go to a brewery and I don't talk to somebody I don't know, I'm disappointed because I just love making new friends. So I love that about a brewery. And I also, in most cases, I just love the people who work there and own the breweries.
Yeah, and that's a big thing about the breweries is that we pretty much know all the bartenders, all the brewers, and a lot of people that go there constantly. So when you walk into a brewery, you don't feel alone. You feel like you know everybody, and even if you don't know people, they do, provide some conversation. So
it's also like your third place. There's homework and then a third place. So I can make a list of several breweries that are my third places.
The third place.
But definitely her first place.
Cheers.
No, but there is something, I don't know. I tend to not drink as many beers from outside of Pittsburgh, not because I don't like them, and I do when I travel, but here locally, I'd rather have a beer that isn't like the best of the best as long as it's good and it's fresh and it's made by someone that I know is making it because they love making beer. And it's neat to be able to, like, we go around with the beer ladies and do tours at the breweries. And, we've seen, I should know more about brewing for as many brewery tours as I've been on. But
you and us both.
Yeah. I mean, it like goes in one ear out the other. But what I remember about each brewery is the brewers behind it, the people running it, why they got into it, what their vision for the brewery. And it's fascinating. And I don't know, the beer community in Pittsburgh is awesome because people, they get along with each other. They're not in competition with each other, even though they really are. Because, I mean, there's a brewery. The beer ladies used to be on top of it and went to every brewery as soon as it opened. We're so far behind.
So many that are, it's like every week there's a new brewery popping up. And then, you still got to see the folks that you know and love.
Right. I feel like I'm cheating on them when I go. I always tell them at Roundabout because Roundabout's one of my favorite breweries, and and I think Steve takes it personally if I. Go to a new one. Yeah, shout out to Steve. So.
Good people. So what's the? So did y'all all bring beer? So I guess whoever wants to bring, pull out the next selection.
Dave Bracey always keeping the beer
going. Keeping it going.
Flowing.
Yes. So 11th Hour. Shout out to 11th Hour.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my home breweries that I love to go to. The building is actually part of the Baronhof Museum. In which I took some of my beer ladies out for a tour. My father works there, Dan Yeager. And so we took a little tour out there, and then we went down to 11th Hour and had a tour of the brewing facility. And I think it's a wonderful place. I mean, not only because my dad takes care of the building, but because I know the owners and, they're wonderful people.
Yeah.
So I guess let's drink the beer that you brought from 11th Hour. What is this?
This motherfucker let's drink
the
beer. He
double
nocturnal
nocturnal Rainbow Imperial
Ooh,
coffee milk stout. Oh my God, I love you, 11th Hour. Shout out to 11th Hour.
I haven't had that one.
Yeah,
what is the name of this?
A double nocturnal rainbow. It looks ridiculous. And I guess tell us tell us more about the museum and how 11th Hour came to be in a museum. Like, how did that work out? Because I love the stories behind how breweries find the spaces and then the relationships that, come as a result of that.
I'm not exactly sure how they found the building, but the museum is above Sharpsburg. If you start at Hitchhiker and then go straight up the hill, it's up that area. And the building that the brewery is in is actually part of the Baronhof, which is where Charlie Brown, the owner of the Baronhof, had his gaslight company. And it also used to be an old schoolhouse, but the top actually burned down. So the rest of the building belongs to the Baronhof Museum, and they rent off of the Baronhof. But it's amazing what they've done with the space over in the brewery. I love it. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, because it's crazy. It's like because I did a little mini tour quickly, and it was like brewery, and then it was like history, like a motherfucker. Like it's just pow, history, and you're seeing all this shit from it is like a different time.
Don't give all the secrets away because you're going to give away the Baronhof secrets.
Yeah, all right. I'm not, that was on the low. Okay, but it's a dope space to see. I don't know.
It's like Hitchhiker that used to be Fort Pitt Brewing. I mean, that's amazing. I used to live up the hill from there, and I'd pass that building all the time. And now the fact that it's a brewery is just amazing.
Yeah, my mom's from Sharpsburg, and my grandfather used to drink Fort Pitt beer, so she's got some of the original glasses. So I don't know.
Yeah, we've got some old bottles that my husband dug up. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Hey, I have a question for you guys.
Oh, shit. You're going to flip the script.
Well, it's related. We were talking about, you were saying about, women in breweries and things like that. What about, so like I said, we have women of all different varieties in the beer ladies. But one of the things I would like to see more of, and we do have some women of color, and I say that with my best Yinzer Keller accent. But
there were some extra letters in there.
Yeah. But it's something I've been thinking about a lot is how to get more women of color into the beer ladies. Because part of it, it's word of mouth. So if all your friends are white, then, and part of it's the beer industry, it's, you guys know, it's, the whole world kind of ends up being just full of white people, and Pittsburgh's such a segregated city too. So I mean, there's a lot of factors that go into it. I don't know though. So I'm always torn between going and purposely seeking out people or being like, well, just let it happen organically.
Yeah, so purposely seeking out is the right route.
Yeah, or it's not going to happen organically.
Yeah, no, it's not going to happen organically. Also, and then, like this, your awareness is super dope because again, and the want to also Camille Scantling and Sam Black. They both are very prominent women in the Black community, and they also know how to bring a lot of people together and do it in a meaningful way, an impactful way. And they put on all kind of great events. And I think that if and they love craft beer too.
Yes.
So if you bring them in, then boom, now you have like it's like the plug.
You got to bring in a COI, and that COI. So the thing that if I could speak for, and I'm not trying to, but I think vibe is really big. Because what I've noticed, even in my journey, so, Camille Scanlon is my girlfriend, and she's really in the craft now, and it's just from exposure. But
right.
she is exposed to it by virtue of what I do. But I noticed that her and her friends, like once she started signal boosting and saying, hey, come out, they would come out. So they come out in droves to see what's going on, what the hype is, having flavors that they would be interested in or getting input on, what they like with beer is one thing, but you got to get them into the brewery first. And I think, for individuals of color overall, I think we don't know a lot about craft, before we're exposed to it. We don't know of this craft beer industry. We just know the beer, the Hurricane, the Old English, whatever. So when we say we don't like beer, we're talking about malt liquor.
Right.
We don't know that it's craft, and we don't know the type of atmosphere that breweries bring. Because I think, like, especially in Pittsburgh, you have this burgeoning group of young professionals, young African-American professionals, predominantly women, and they need an outlet to go have a drink, but still be professional. Like, they have the same, all of the issues that you spoke to earlier. They have those issues when they go out as well. When you go to the dark club, it's seedy, people are coming in to hit on you. This dude's intentions when he walks in with 4 friends. You know what I mean? Like a dude and 4 friends, somebody trying to get a girl somewhere. You know what I mean? But you walk into a brewery, everybody's already booed up, or people are asking the bartender, what's this? And getting an explanation and getting tours and all that. Like, it's just a whole different atmosphere. And if they're exposed to it, if they know it's something that they can do. We try to do that with Fresh Fest, but we can't reach everyone. So the more people who try to reach out, the better the results will be.
And I also think that, actually, because, with being a woman, there's the added danger of being a Black woman. Black people can lose their life or liberty going into predominantly white areas. We've seen it time and time again. So I think part of it is meeting the people where they are. You know what I mean? Like, I have a social service background, so that's my whole thing is, you got to go to where. So it's like if you're doing an event, you say, hey, where do you guys hang out? You know what I mean? Like, instead of saying, hey, come to our space and look at what, you know what I mean? Like, come to we go, okay, where do you hang out? And that was a super dope. We did an event with Cocopreneur, where, at a Black owned establishment, a bar,
at warehouse, and we did it at Carmine's.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to where the people are, and we're bringing the beer and the experience of that there to where they're comfortable, so that we're and it's like, hey, let's go to where you are, where you're comfortable already, and then if you like it, if you're into it, if you trust it, then maybe you'll come, to where we're at. You know what I mean? Like, and that's a lot of what we've had to do as the Drinking Partners is go into go to where white people are comfortable and go, hey,
you can remain comfortable.
Yeah.
You are still
I mean, at Fresh Fest, it was, I don't know, it was just really, I'm looking around. I mean, I was born and raised in Pittsburgh, and I'm looking around, and I was like, this is literally the first time in my hometown where I felt outnumbered, that there was more minorities than there were white people. And that's sad because, and the other thing that struck me is there was a huge, middle class and upper middle class and whatever. Basically, when Pittsburghers think, they think of the poor neighborhoods and stuff, because that's usually where all the Black people are congregated in Pittsburgh. So I thought it was fascinating that because a lot of people were from out of town, they did travel to be here, but it's not like those people aren't in Pittsburgh. It's just that it's more spread out.
There's no Black middle class neighborhood in Pittsburgh. We have very little But yeah, you have it in Cleveland. It's very little political power pool. You don't get to see the nuances of black people here. I mean, you don't get to see out and about because most of the successful black people leave. And then if they're here, they kind of stick to themselves. They stick to their groups or whatever until they leave. I mean, like that, not a lot of successful black people stay here for a long time because it's so fucking terrible to be here as a black person. I mean, that's just, how that's the reality. So like, I could like, when you say that, it was like I had that same experience. Being at Fresh Fest was like the first time that I got to see so many nuances, and you got to see a range, and you got to see and go, oh shit. And, and you're right. A lot of those people were from out of town, but that was the purpose of it, was so that like Pittsburgh can see what Pittsburgh could be if we get actually, like incorporated this community into the town, as opposed to continually trying to cut them off and then remaining stale and stagnant as it has been. Like, motherfuckers didn't know beer festivals were boring until like they came to Fresh Fest. It was like, holy shit, did you know there's like music?
I know,
it was amazing.
It was like seriously the most fun beer festival because it was just
ever.
like a lot of life there. Like I don't know, it was
everybody.
Beer
was
festivals
so
are getting
positive.
old a little bit because there's so many of them, and I mean they're great. Like, but I don't know, it was just different.
Because there was different people there.
Yes.
And that's the thing. All it takes is you for it. Like it's different because there's different people. Like if you keep seeing the same people at the same thing, brewers see the same people. They see the same focus at the same. And the same Untapped and the same. You keep doing the same shit. You bring in different people and you actually listen, and you don't just bring them in and say, "This is what they're doing." You bring them in and say, "Hey, we want to do something different. How can we do it?" And you listen. And that's what that whole festival was like 45 collaborations. That was 45 breweries going to black entities and saying, "So what do you like?" It was a question, and you invited them in and you gave them opportunity, and then you saw what that was, and it was, and again, it was not just the black community, but like when you build a safe space, you build a safe space for everybody. So like women were coming in and they were like, "Oh shit, we weren't just." Like, this is what you, we weren't mansplaining. It was like, hey, what do you like? How do you feel comfortable? Yeah, like, and when you start to think about, like, when you say safe space, when you throw that word around, you can't really build a safe space for one person. It's like, it's got to be for all. Like, you have to have that, like, if who's not comfortable here, let us know. Like, and have that conversation. So I think that's, if you're talking about integrating more people in craft beer or whatever, it is a concerted effort of going to the communities and stepping outside of your comfort zone first and saying, hey, where are you at? Where are you drinking? Like, let's bring us.
Right.
So that's what I'm sorry. That's kind of what
I'm sorry.
No, it's your cast. Go ahead.
And it's not just that community. It's also like, for example, Dennis and Sam, First Sip Brewbox did a collaboration with just this. They just tapped it this weekend with Burgers and Couch, and they're bringing their beer into VFW halls. You go to a VFW hall, you're drinking piss water.
Yeah.
And now they're going to be drinking this, craft lager and exposing a whole new community to craft beer because there's still, huge portions of the population that don't know that they just haven't met a beer that they like yet.
So I'm wondering, to attract, just to go back to your question about how can you attract more women of color to your group, I guess people just, they seek you out or they find out about you and they join. I think one of the things that was successful with Fresh Fest, and you could kind of take that model, is you create something around something that women would think is fun and then add beer to it. Because I don't think you're going to add beer to an event and it's going to take away from it. So if you all, like, when you plan events, maybe have something somewhere that you may see some women of color where this is a great event. Also, hey, there's beer here, because that's what we do with our comedy shows. Hey, this is great comedy. There's also free beer here, and like people are going to continue to come back, and it's just the vibe that'll be around it. They'll associate that vibe with the beer, but the vibe was already there. So like Fresh Fest, yeah, it's great beer all over, but it's the vibe, it's the individuals there, it's the music, it's everybody collaborating. Like, you create an event and then just throw beer in there. Beer is like never unacceptable. There's no, I guess there could be school. Man, I've had beer in school. I don't know, man.
Before. School beer helped me get.
Like when you go to college, that's school, and everybody's drinking beer.
Yeah.
We'll learn more about this in a moment.
Looking for training in a new career, or just need help getting started on a new path? Are you looking for new employees, training for your current employees, or starting your own apprenticeship program? If any of these appeal to you, the Southwest Corner Workforce Development Board can help. With 4 Pennsylvania Career Link centers in Beaver, Greene, and Washington counties, we can help you meet your career goals or to find the right employees for your business. Contact our offices at 724-229-5083 or visit us at www.southwestcornerwdb.com.
So, what is a beer that you've brought here to the cast?
Well, I guess we haven't had Roundabout represented, so we're sticking with the coffee
Roundabout
situation.
in the building. Shout out Steve.
So this is the only pumpkin beer that I will drink because I hate pumpkin beer. This is just the jacked up O Lantern Coffee Stout, 6.5%.
So pumpkin.
There's not pumpkin because the pumpkin beers, most of them don't have pumpkin, and when they do have pumpkin, you can't even taste it anyway. It's the spices that people associate with pumpkin beers.
That cinnamon and nutmeg.
Yeah, so it's got the spices,
spice,
but it's got coffee, and I don't know. They're just Roundabout is one of those breweries that you go to it, and their beers are always solid. Like I've never really had a bad beer from Roundabout.
Nope. Brewers Brewer? Is that what the?
I see brewers there a lot. Yeah, like I see I saw the Grist House Brewer. The Nancy Gnome people go there. I mean,
Steve wants to keep it local.
Yeah, so he's one of the ones that wants to be a neighborhood brewery, and I love that.
He's smart as fuck. He's like, listen, man, if I can get enough motherfuckers around here to support it, I'm cool. We ain't got to do all that distribution and shipping and trying to meet new motherfuckers or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, look, you got to know a motherfucker to get in here. You know what I mean? Like,
try to get some investors involved. They want to change how you go about this. Looking at your process.
You knock on the door. It's like, look, who you know? You know what I mean? What's the password? Like, shit.
Ooh, we need to open one of them. We need to have a drinking partners club.
You do.
Oh, that's a good idea.
But it has to have one of them sliding doors.
The slide dip.
Even if I know it's you, I'm going to slide it one time and do a retina scan. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's going to be... Oh, man, I'm about to plan this out. What neighborhood should we do the drinking partners club?
Ooh, that's a good one. I mean,
that's a hot topic in breweries too, because I don't know, just coming to where the people are or bringing the people to you. I mean, yeah, do you go? It's not a coincidence that a lot of breweries are in the hot neighborhoods, but it's also not a coincidence there's breweries
the pre-gentrified neighborhoods.
Well, yeah, and but then they're also in neighborhoods. Then sometimes they bring the gentrification, but they also bring development. I don't know, so I feel like that would be a tough issue of deciding where to go.
Why is 28 so popular with breweries? Why?
Route 28?
Yeah, why?
It's fabulous because that's where I live.
Me too.
So
well, I'm not.
I've never heard anybody that described
I live
28
in Brighton Heights.
Good point.
as fabulous.
Well, not 28. No.
I took my tour. I went to go visit IUP in '99, and they were like, "Yeah, they're developing this 28 and this 1999."
You doing college tours in the 19?
1999. They're like, "Yo, this 28. They're working on it right now, but it's gonna extend all the way into Pittsburgh, and it's gonna be this thing, and it's almost done."
No, it's not fabulous. I rephrase. The brewery is along
20 years later, this 28, it's gonna extend all the way.
But why are so many breweries out there?
Because of the river towns. Sharpsburg is ripe for it's the mindset. Millville and Sharpsburg were ripe for redevelopment because they're close to Lawrenceville, but the rent's cheaper. And they're close enough where people can still all right, I'll just meander over there. They're not that hard to get to.
They're not far from downtown.
Not far from downtown.
There's real estate.
Wait, what's going on over here?
Buildings.
Did you have a double nocturnal?
Yeah, no, I had this Roundabout, man. Steve is killing the
that
game
is
out
delicious.
here. This mother.
This Roundabout.
It's unfair. It's unfair. The mouthfeel of this, the flavors, this is like some Ethiopian coffee beans type shit.
I feel like I should know. It's
you
something
could taste
local.
Mother Africa.
He's been doing this one for a few years, I think.
Yeah. Oh, this is, god damn.
Are you feeling enlightened?
Listen, man.
On the decadence of that beer.
For the sake of other brewers, shut down, Steve. You're just running laps at this point. What the fuck is this? Wow. What is the ABV on this?
Only 6.5, which is exactly where I like it. Because it's I don't know. Well, you like hard liquor. So people who...
Okay, so no.
No?
No.
Are you like Hennessy?
I will. So Henny is his thing. I'm a whiskey dude.
You denouncing Henny?
I don't denounce Henny.
Henny is my thing.
I like expensive Henny, the smoother,
DJ, the Conway,
the smoother Henny.
All that. Bring all the Henny to moi.
Yeah, I mean, I will fuck up. I'm not turning down Henny. There's never time. I'm never going to be too bougie for Henny. But I'm a whiskey dude.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I love whiskey, scotch. I just got into bourbon is cool. I'm like, and I love bourbon. That's what I started it with. Like, I just got into the tax bracket with scotch is a thing. You know what I mean? So that's kind of cool. And like, when I say scotch, I mean, like, I buy it and then go home with it. I can't afford to like buy scotch in the wild. Like, I mean, I can't go to a bar and be like, can I have your bottom shelf scotch? Because I can't afford that shit. But I'm old too, so I can't have much of it. Like I like one or two, and I got I got a hangover with teeth on it the next morning. You know what I'm saying?
Don't even remember what the original question was.
So no,
Do you like hard liquor?
I don't like hard liquor. I do love whiskey. I love the flavor of whiskey, and I love stouts. And this is like because it combines coffee.
Right.
By the way, you hit the nail on the head. It's made with La Prima coffee because I just looked it up.
And where's that at?
It's the
La Prima's
strip
in the strip
district.
district.
Yeah, no, that's some good shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, that's what I don't know. I like beers that are like in the 6 to 7, 5 to 7 range because I love stouts, but when they start getting up above 8, they start getting syrupy, they start getting sweet, or they start going the liquor route where they taste really boozy. And people love that shit, but that's just, I don't know. I like things that are a little more low key.
This is a nice balance. Like, this is a perfect balance. And I do like if I'm gonna have a 9% stout, like I'm okay with it being a bit boozy because I know that's what it is. And like, to be honest, I would rather have that and the effects of that than the actual whiskey that like I want. I want whiskey. I'll settle for a 9% stout. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I'm gonna feel much better in the morning with that than the other, no matter how fine that is, because I'm old. But this is nice in the sense that, like you said, it's not boozy, it's not viscous, it's not like, over the top. It's just but it's also not a 4%, and I'm like, can't do 4%, man. Like,
although, have you had the Dancing Gnome? Was the one, the cold brew Vietnamese?
Suida?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That one's only 4.5, and that is
I feel like, but that's a nice lunch beer. You see what I'm saying? I could do that at lunch.
Because it's still full of flavor, and that's what they do well. Is like some of the lower APB beers, they don't taste like watery and wussy. Like they're still delicious.
I like.
He's
that.
like, wait, what? What are you guys talking about?
I like wussy in the sense that it's not offensive to anybody. Who's that offensive?
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I mean, a wuss, but
You a wuss. Wusses are mad. Are you a wuss?
I wasn't. Why was I offended? I just like the word.
You were contemplating.
I just said wussy. Like
wussy.
I've never. That's a word I never heard. Wussy. You're wussy.
You're a wussy.
You've never heard wussy?
I've heard you're a wuss. I've never heard you're acting wussy.
Yeah, I've not heard that either.
You're behaving in a
wussy
wussy fashion.
I don't
Are you
know.
from Pittsburgh originally?
I'm from Cleveland.
I've heard wussy.
And I'm from a neighborhood where wuss
You're
was
from
not a
Pittsburgh
thing.
originally, right? Yep. And you are?
Wuss was not a
So is that
thing
a
in East
Pittsburgh
Cleveland.
thing? Is that a Yenzer thing?
Wussy.
I've never heard that. There's a lot of things I never heard of not being from
You were a
Pittsburgh.
punk. You were a bitch. You were never a wuss.
I know there was definitely a lot of wussies.
You're a wuss.
I don't know. I'm my family's from Polish Hill. I have no clue what's going on.
It's like a throwback term, though. You know what I mean, like a wuss. That took me to back to third grade. Like, yeah,
I mean, there was no one in my third grade class calling anybody a wuss as a diss.
I mean, I don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm not really giving it that much thought, but
it's. I mean, it wasn't in our nomenclature. Like,
Yeah.
we weren't. You were again. You could be a punk. You could be a sucker. You could be a hoe.
a marked ass buster.
Up until 93, you could be a
Mark.
mark.
Are you a
Mark ass
buster?
buster? That's like when Menace to Society came out. Those were terms we used, but a wuss. That's just, we didn't say wuss. So to have a derivative of wuss, wussy, I was like, whoa,
Yeah.
whoa.
Yeah, it definitely like
know it could be an adjective.
It harks on the era of like
Are you calling me old?
No. It's more of the.
You were doing college tours. It sounds like maybe before
in the
me.
19s.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely. Oh, I'm old. I'm old as shit.
How old are you?
37.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
yeah, I mean, but like the Sandlot, like I feel like the Sandlot is when,
that's
yeah,
a
I
great
mean,
movie.
yeah, the Sandlot. I feel like somebody might have called somebody a wussy in the Sandlot.
Pickled the beast.
Yeah, I mean,
Pickled the
I
beast.
didn't realize I had like
transcended.
vintage, like retro terms in my vocabulary.
I don't think the kids are using wussy.
Well, although I will say pot, and apparently the kids say weed these days.
Pot.
You call it pot?
Yeah.
Like reefer.
She said pot.
Wow.
The wacky tobacco.
Pot is what that's what your parents say when they catch you smoking. Are you on the pot?
And it's really funny because I Your parents.
You on the pot? Like I say weed, and if I catch my kids with it when they're older, I'm gonna be like, "You smoke pot? You start smoking pot, Ed."
You're not dabbling in the devil's lettuce, are you?
Speaking of parents
lettuce? Damn.
catching their kids, there was a beer lady. A funny post recently was, I won't say who it was. I don't know what out.
No, let her-
I don't
let
even
us
know
know.
who it was, honestly. But she was like offended. She's like, I don't know if I should be more upset that my kid was underage drinking, or what was
saw
the
that.
beer? It was something bad.
Yes,
It was
some
something
piss
in the
water.
kids'
More
drink.
offended at the beer.
And I'm like, don't you know they're drinking before they're 21? Yeah,
Everybody's
whatever.
drinking before
No,
they're
she was
21.
offended at the beer because she's like, I can't raise this child
Yeah.
to drink this beer.
That kid is broke.
That's a weird.
Wait, right. I mean,
Well,
that's
that's
what you
true.
have. Like,
That's
the
true.
kids-
That's all.
Which I'm curious, do you think like the young kids these days, like they start out like in college? Because we have some young beer ladies like straight out of school. And I'm like, I wasn't drinking that. I was transitioning still from the
Right.
beast. And you got to work your way up because you can't
you
go.
think college kids are drinking craft beer?
I
No, they're
think
not.
more than they used to.
I think it
I-
depends on.
They're-
I think it depends. I think it depends on what they do when they get out. Like, where are you financially when you get out?
yeah.
Well, no. She's
Or
talking
their
about
parents
college,
are
like
buying
Yeah,
in
like when you're
college.
in
Fresh-
college,
what-
like, do you think they're like?
In
I'm
college,
not gonna be.
I think
You
that
could, but no.
I think that like there are like some rich kids
Yeah.
that like I mean can
Yeah.
afford some
Yeah.
shit that are like I mean you know
Yeah,
the motherfuckers
right.
we all went to college
point.
you know the motherfuckers that just they
Yeah.
be
Yeah,
doing the
well, they
shit
got
that
it.
they and you be like oh all right,
There's
I
a
see,
dude
I-
driving a
yeah.
Lambo when I was in.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Pitt. I was like, why you got a Lamborghini?
Yeah, like
in
who's gonna
Pittsburgh?
give a kid like yeah
in
like,
Pittsburgh?
Yeah, all these
A
you know what I mean?
Lamborghini.
So you got the pretentious ass like that nobody likes and they're just buying all the like their friends. If you are drinking craft beer in college, it's likely that nobody likes you and they're only there at your party because you have the craft beer.
Right, because drinking is extremely communal in college. So like you typically can't just drink for yourself. So like they're
Right.
probably not drinking craft because you got to buy it in bulk.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Well,
I
you gotta
mean,
drink like
you-
all night
yeah.
long.
You're not supplying a party with craft
Yeah,
beer.
no.
You know what I mean?
No.
So
I know that's real annoying about throwing a party when you're old. It's like you got to give good beer because I can't bring
Yeah.
myself to give crappy beer.
well now
See.
your parties can be more exclusive.
See, I have a hard time with that too.
And then you got to have parties. You got to have friends
People gotta bring
where your friend like now I'm at a place now where anytime I throw a gathering, I have way more alcohol than than I came with, and I'm like giving shit away. I'm like forcing shit on people. Like people are leaving. I'm like, hey, take a 6-pack. You know what I mean? Like, whoa.
No,
Don't
it's
you
the
leave.
truth.
Don't you leave here without a 6-pack. Yeah, I mean, because everybody's
can't
bringing
waste-
shit. So like, I think as you get older, I think there's a sweet spot in like, when you're younger, you got the college beers all cheap. Then you get into like the, post grad or whatever, and you're doing, and then it's like, it's kind of like when you throw a party, everybody's coming to your party because like maybe you'll have a bit more so to kind of drink, and like they might bring enough for themselves,
Well, see,
and then you get to a point where you're just over fucking exposed. Everybody's got it and they're coming in, and like hopefully, unless you got terrible friends, if you're throwing parties and you at the end of it you got no beer, I don't know if you should be hanging out with those people, man.
Well, don't you know, Amy, that the only reason I came to your 40th birthday party was because you were having good shit? Just kidding.
But I would imagine you brought good shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She did
And
actually.
you brought more than you could drink.
But it was the type of because I didn't want people to have to bring beer to that, and we did have beer left over, and it got sprayed all over my TV.
What?
Bill, that's on you.
There's the Dr. Dre video.
We had to go to the after party. It was
Is that
like I
the
was like,
Dr.
this
Dre
is like a
video?
flashback. But here's the question: when you go to a party and you bring craft beer with you, what's the protocol at the end? Like, and even while you're there, do you like
host.
like if their beer is like not as good as your beer, do you drink it while you're there? A and B, do you take it home at the end of the
You
night?
don't ever take
Depends if they
anything
like-
home.
what if they don't like it?
Yeah,
Don't take
no,
it.
you won't ever take.
It's so
whatever
sad
I bring
though if it's
here.
gonna waste away.
Oh, what
but
if
then
they
you do
don't?
feel
What if
cheap.
they don't like it?
Well,
Hospitable.
okay, so if I go,
They
I have
to
been
send
in
it-
a
they have
situation.
to send it with you.
I have
The
been in
host
the
controls
yeah,
it.
exactly. Like the host got to
Right.
be like, hey,
Oh, definitely.
this isn't gonna. Yeah, I mean, I leave it up to them. Like if I because I have when I first started trying to introduce my friends and shit, I would bring some like stouts or whatever, and there would be 30 motherfuckers there, and nobody at the end of it. Like I still got 3 more beers left. Nobody drink this. All right, I could see that, and I would and I go to the host and say, hey, is this because I don't want it to go to waste? But it, like you said, the host gotta.
The art of I guess veiled suggestiveness is like you go over to the host and you kind of suggest that you should take this with you.
Yeah.
But make them feel like they suggested it. Like, yeah, man, I thought, I brought that, man. I thought everybody, I was trying to put people on, man. Look like, you know what I'm saying? Anybody talk to you about that? how's they feeling about, a stout over here? It was good, man. He's like, nah, I don't think nobody, you take that with you if you want it. Like, then you got to act like you didn't want to take it. Like, what up, you sure? Because I was going to leave it.
I got to go work. I got the kids next week or whatever. You know what? I would fucks with it, but, it's kind of heavy.
That's all right. I'll take it. That's probably. Then you put it off with somebody else. Like, you know what? The wife, she'll drink it, man.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, but I'll take like a, I take like a 24-pack to his parties and you leave with a 6-pack. But the only person who should take a loss on the liquor would be the guests because they didn't have to throw the party. They're not paying for the utilities, paying for the food. So
and they don't have to do the cleanup.
Yeah.
No, you got to get out before the cleanup. Because if I'm stuck and you're cleaning, then I'm going to start cleaning.
Now I got it.
I know I'm going to start cleaning.
I earned this cleanup.
I'm like, I'm still here.
This is cheaper than rent.
If you cleaning up and I'm still there, I'm going to start sweeping or something like that. It's hard to converse.
You got recycling.
Yeah.
Let me grab some of these kids.
Converse with somebody who's doing dishes.
On my way out.
You feel weird just sitting there. Like, I'm just on my phone and you washing dishes. Like, nah.
So we gonna piece out 2 things. You opened up this nut roll. Is that the nut roll?
Yeah,
the nut roll.
Penn Brewing.
And then and piece out on this
OGs.
question. The ladies,
Brewing,
the ladies. The question what is your favorite form of potato?
Sweet.
Okay. Wow. Nice. Somebody said that. They said that to me over at Trogs. So she was like, "Oh, it's sweet." And so, form of potato, not type of potato. But I like the way your mind thinks because you've heard
so you like
potato.
A candied yam.
You like a candied yam. What kind of sweet potato? Is it fries? Is it yams? Is it pie? Like,
sweet potato pie made by one of my friends named Ernie Smith, who's a regular at Dancing Gnome.
Okay, so Ernie
Smith. Shout out to Ernie.
Ernie Smith's
Do you know
potato
him?
pie
is your favorite form of potato.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Does he sell these pies?
He sells them before Thanksgiving at Dancing Gnome.
Really?
And he has a
plug.
regular seat at the end of the bar. He's been going there since it opened.
Nice. Ernie Smith's sweet potato pies.
I think your answer is the first that came with the backstory.
Exactly. That is.
And I'm gonna look for Ernie.
Yeah. That he sound like he got some motherfuckers.
Ernie, send some pies to the cast.
True.
You're
He's a
listening.
great guy.
French fries. It's probably real boring and stuff.
What kind of fry though? Yeah,
Like shoestring.
Like McDonald's?
No. I don't know. I mean, is there a bad French fry? What is bad is those real bready ones that are just all potato mush.
We had the
and,
crinkle cut discussion where those were not.
Yeah, I'm
those are
no
good
crinkle
fries.
cuts.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So those
Like
could
a
be
steak
the
and
bad
shake?
fry.
I know. In fact, I tried to go to a Steak and Shake recently because I was out in the suburbs and we were looking for somewhere to eat, but it was closed. It was very sad.
That was very Pittsburgh.
When did
that was extremely
I don't
Pittsburgh.
know, Robinson. I'm never out there, but
Is
we
that
were out there.
24/7? I think that's like the whole thing.
No,
about
like
Steak
they
and Shake.
the franchise was gone.
The way you said they was closed.
Wait, Steak and
was really
Shake is
Pittsburgh.
no longer a thing?
See, really?
So Pittsburgh.
Really?
Wait, did we?
Do I have like a super Yinzer accent? Because I never thought I did, but then people will tell me.
Just
and then it's like you don't even know.
They was closed.
They was
the way you
closed.
said
I was like,
particular
what? They were
phrase.
closing
I was
that.
like, damn, she from Pittsburgh.
They were closing that.
They like what it was they were to be closed.
Yeah, we had this. I asked.
Nobody does the two B's.
I asked friends the other day.
just be they
I
were
said
closed.
something and I don't remember what it was, but I was like, "Can you Yinzer check my phrase?" Because sometimes I legit don't know because my family's from here. I'm from here.
Own it.
I never-
Own it, honey. Own it.
I just
Don't happen. Just own it.
I just need to really know if Steak and Shake as a franchise is closed.
I don't have that answer for you.
'cause
We're gonna have to
I
Google that.
I have a Steak and Shake around my way, and it's 24 hours, and it really is my savior sometimes.
Well, I mean, have you been there recently?
It's been about maybe a month and a half, maybe 2 months. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like shit, Toys R Us was a thing, and then 2 months
Right.
later it wasn't. So yeah, I mean, I don't
fucked me
trust
up.
anything in these days.
That
you know what I mean?
fucked me up.
Yo,
I'm like, yo, what happened to where y'all couldn't sell enough toys?
Yo, yeah, I mean, like,
seriously,
yo, there
having
was a whole
Babies R Us
song.
clothes was a
Everybody was singing
problem.
that song. I was
I was trying to buy baby
adult.
shit, and where do you buy it? You have to go on the internet. There's literally no choice.
You were selling so many toys that you distinct between toys and kids
Right.
and babies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's how powerful Target is. Target put them out of business.
What the
bro.
fuck?
Amazon
You just
put them out of
closed?
business.
Fuck Amazon. fuck.
No, but like I have Amazon coming on the regular. It's sad.
I don't fuck with it.
You take a stance? No Amazon?
I just don't like ordering stuff online. Like if I spend my money, I need to have it like immediately. Anything can happen.
They bring
in
it
the
to you
mail.
immediately. They like fly it in by carrier pigeon.
I
Some of that
bought
times
it
the shit
from
is scary.
this person,
I like it'll
and
be
then
like
this
9
other
o'clock
person
at
that
night, and I get that shit at 9
is
o'clock in the morning.
responsible
Like
for
what?
the delivery. I don't like that. If I buy it from you, but you are not involved with the delivery of such, then I feel naked for that. Even if it's what's your man B Ross? He said he had a TV thing delivered in like 48 minutes.
Yeah,
Well, that 47 minutes, I'd be feeling naked. Like, yo, I done gave up my money. I have nothing. I gave my money. I have nothing. Like, I'm the type of father who I go touch the Christmas presents every night. I just go touch the box. Just because I spent my money. I spent my money. The money's gone. The present hasn't been revealed, so I just go sit by whatever your hiding space is, and I just put my hands on every box just to let my wallet know. Like,
yeah, you did that.
You did that.
Yeah, you did that.
It was not for nothing.
So
we
the
got
nut
one more
roll. Give
favorite.
us a little bit. Give us your favorite potato and a little bit about this nut roll.
My favorite potato would have to be the liquid version in vodka.
Oh, we've been waiting for that answer for so many
thought
episodes.
out.
We've been asking,
Yeah.
and nobody has ever said.
I
Well
definitely
thought
like
out.
the vodka. Sorry.
That potato vodka is crazy, man.
Vodka is delicious. I love my beer, but you gotta love vodka too.
I had to get off the vodka. They hide it too much now. You know, all the cocktails, they try to hide the flavor. Next thing I know, I had 38 vodkas. There used to be a club in Station Square, Margarita Mamas. They used to do $1 well drinks. So we would order like 7 cranberry vodkas at a time.
Wow.
Like $7. And that's why 21-year-olds probably shouldn't be able to drink. Because you're not responsible enough to make good decisions.
True story on that one.
Yeah, nah. Vodka, that's a first. So we got the first backstory, the first vodka, the fries.
Boring old fries.
Fries
with the Yinzer
fries
accent?
was my answer.
All right, yeah.
Fries
I mean,
was
like,
my
who doesn't
answer.
love
And
fries?
we had like a whole fry debate one time, and there is a bad fries, the crinkle cut.
Yeah,
we
crinkle
all
cut
agreed
do
that the
suck.
crinkle
Yeah,
cut
objectively
is the bad fry.
Has someone come on here and said they like them?
That's why I think that's why we had the discussion. I think the person had named crinkle cut, and it was just like, how old are you? I don't know. Or however that went, we got into it. So individually, we're gonna have to ask you to let the people know where they can find you, and then give them some info about how they can, get involved with Pittsburgh Beer Ladies.
Pittsburgh Beer Ladies on Facebook and PGH Beer Ladies on Instagram. As long as you're 21, join us. We've got a couple of events coming up. One's this Thursday at Lincoln Avenue Brewery, and then our annual 6-pack beer exchange and fundraiser for an organization called Foster Love is going to be at the new pop-up Hitchhiker tap room. I think it's in Allentown.
here.
I think
Aren't
it's
we
right
in
here.
Allentown right
is that
now?
where it is, Ed? Okay.
Yeah, it's right around the corner.
Yeah, that's December 14th.
Yeah. So just come follow us. Like, it's one of those things where people are afraid to go by themselves, and I'm not normally a type of person who goes somewhere by myself if I don't know anyone. But I did it with the Beer Ladies because it just came a time in my life where I needed to reach out. Being from Pittsburgh, all my friends were having kids, and I was one of those people with lots of free time. But if you show up, because beer is an icebreaker, and people are really cool, so don't be afraid to just come and meet people. Come find us. But you can bring friends too if you don't want to come by yourself, if you're too wussy.
Yeah, I joined because my real friends didn't like beer, and now I've actually
Your real
got
friends. I think Debbie just dissed.
Are they?
I
Oh,
did.
shit.
No,
Yeah.
wait.
She replaced her real
No,
friends.
but I've made some really good friends, inclling Danielle and Amy are
Love you, Dad.
my
She
real
replaced her
friends.
day
How
ones with
many of us
saisons.
have them?
She replaced her day ones with saisons. That's crazy.
I like it.
Day ones with saisons.
No, you guys don't want to put any of your personal handles out. That you don't have to.
I'll put my personal handle out.
Yeah, this is your time. Just
yeah. So
reach out to y'all if they have
I'm
questions
also
about
the
Pittsburgh
director
Beer
of
Ladies.
community relations for the Museum of Beer, the planned history of beer museum in Pittsburgh, and my handle on
Resume.
or whatever you call it, because I'm a little old, on Instagram is Craft Beer Wizard 12, and all I post is beer 99% of the
All
time.
I post is beer, no
Wait,
matter
Craft Beer
what.
Wizard, isn't it Craft Beer Wizard 412?
She said
Or is it
12.
12.
What is
How's
12?
what? Yeah, what is the 12? I always seen
My
it because
birthday.
okay. I swear I've been following your account and I put a 4 in there. I imagined that motherfucking 4.
Funny day.
You know what I mean? All right. Dope.
He's following some other craft beer wizard for one.
Definitely looking forward to the to that Cocopreneur Sila Pittsburgh craft beer ladies.
Well, yeah,
collaboration.
I think you just planned our January event.
I mean, about to come up.
We definitely
there,
can connect
you know what I
y'all.
mean?
Definitely connect y'all.
Truth. If you're looking for us, you can find us probably at that motherfucking Pittsburgh Beer Ladies Sila.
Are we invited?
Can
we go? Like
this isn't on. And all right, can you guys weigh in
we
on
might be
this?
babysitting.
So, like at this point, where women are more prevalent in beer, but still, like the beer industry is still not women centric. Like we've had this debate over and over. Do we stay a women's beer club? Because on the one hand, it feels exclusionary, but on the other hand, there's like a million places for men.
Yes. You stay. Yes, you stay a woman. Yes. Yeah, hell yeah.
Anyone who's offended by that, the whole industry was a men's club at one point. So sorry, y'all got plenty.
We can stay
y'all
women's
however,
only because there are other groups that are women and men, which
My husband
we
will
are
be like,
part
there's
of.
no like man's beer club, and if there was,
Yes, there is.
That's like white history.
Yeah, I was gonna say
fuck that. Hey, man, fuck
that's
that.
very white of him. To
Yeah.
do. Very white of
he's
you.
like, now you spoke of
Well,
me negative.
white
No,
history
but just
month.
like,
Beer club. All men own these breweries.
It's like,
well, yeah,
why
and
is there a
that's
white
why we do
festival?
what we do because we like I don't know just to put a focus on it and just a reminder that most of the brewers in Pittsburgh are not women. There's women involved, but they're married to the brewers and. Which is awesome too. I mean, we love that. We love any women being involved. But
if you identify, however you identify, you know what I mean, like there's a safe space and things of that nature or whatever, because I can understand now in this day of wokeness how like the gender and things of that nature or whatever. But if that's how you identify, if you feel comfortable in that, yes. And I think that even in that, like there needs to be a focus on women because like it has to be a concerted effort. It can't just. It's not going to naturally happen. It hasn't happened in the fucking 100,000 years of human civilization. Right. So
Except we were the first brewers.
Yes.
You guys were out hunting.
Yes.
And we
y'all
were
were over there
brewing
getting fucked up
beer
off of
at
that funky
home.
bread.
I was not hunting.
Okay.
I was brewing with you.
Oh, okay.
Learning. I would have been the one to be like, you know what? They keep sending 12 dudes and then 8 motherfuckers return. So what I'm going to learn how to do
What y'all doing
is
over with
skin
these
this
berries?
dead animal and make a blanket. I'm going to learn how to pitch a tent. I'm going to learn how to start a fire. I'm going to do all the shit that's domestic and I'm going to frame it as I'm here to protect them. But in reality, I'm just trying to live.
The last line of defense.
I'm like the free safety in the NFL. Look, I ain't trying to tackle no running backs. But if I have
break
to,
out.
if I have to,
I gotta stop the motherfucker on the one.
Well, one of the groups that and organizations that helps with women in beer is Pink Boots Society, which I'm a member
shout out
of
to Pink
because I work for the Stewards of Beer, and
shout out to Lee and
so we
Brooke.
are shout out to Brooke and Lee, and so the Pink Boots Society is a group that's all women involved with beer, and they help other women continue their education in beer and open up breweries and just help them overall. So, support Pink Boots Society, which we just had an event at Grist House not too long ago. So they're a big supporter of Grist. And
So what is that, like Pittsburgh, pinkbootsociety.com or something like that? Or how do you
.org.
name- .org. Ooh, it's a org.
yeah, they
Ooh,
official
you
tissue. Official tissue. Anybody can get a com.
do you
You gotta do some work to get that org.
Instagram.
yeah, my handle on Instagram is YESKMA, which was an intentional misspelling of my last name back in the day, but it turned out to be my handle on Instagram and Twitter.
Nice.
So I don't do anything official with beer other than drink beer with the beer ladies.
It's very official.
It is very official, and it's a lot of fun.
God's
But
work.
on Instagram, you can find me at Amy, aka Betty. No one actually calls me Betty. It goes back to my travel blog, long story. But anyways,
Betty
sometimes
with
there's
straight
beer, and sometimes there's other random shit. I don't know, whatever I feel like.
And we nominate you to be Pittsburgh Beer Ladies for today only.
Oh, shit.
Ew, let me go
Yeah, so we'll put it on a resume, just so y'all know. Y'all going to get a reference call at some point. You know what I mean?
I'm a good reference.
All right. Well, let the people know where they can find us so they can find you on LinkedIn, listed as honorary Pittsburgh Beer Lady.
Yeah, we are the drinking partners. We are also honorary Pittsburgh Beer Ladies today. And if you're looking for us, you can find us on evercastnetwork.com/partnerspod. You can find us on iTunes, Stitcher, Libsyn, Google Play, and Spotify under Drinking Partners. You can find us on IG, Twitter, and Facebook at PartnersPod. You can find us November 30th, the last time of the year, at ComtraTheater.ticketleap.com. Shout out to the Queens of the North over at North Country Brewing. And shout out to Sam Bentley, who's headlining that. Oh, man, happy 2019.
Happy 2019. Hey, we want to thank the, Pittsburgh Beer Ladies for coming through, chilling with us, hanging out. One takeaway, I mean, honestly, man, you want to definitely make sure that you keep the ladies in mind. Ladies drive the culture, all cultures, man. They drive it. You definitely want them to be a part of it, and you definitely should make an effort to make them a part of it. And don't be a dickhead and be upset that they have a group and be like, whoa, there's no men's group. Fuck all that, man. There's nothing wrong with someone promoting, the agenda. Yeah, like it's cool. Just because that group is for women doesn't mean they look to exclude men in any way. Like, they look.
Sometimes they just want to, sometimes you just don't want dick in the room.
Well, yeah, we kind of do sometimes look to exclude
dick all over the motherfucking place. Sometimes you want a dick-free environment. Yeah, I mean, that's
it's
cool.
True.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm all pro dick-free. Well, I guess I can't say dick-free because I kind of want my dick in the room. Yeah. But even if I could just look through the window.
You don't want you peeping and creeping on us. We want,
I'll put it on Facebook. Like, I'm gonna be outside.
Yeah, you could be the DDD. You know what I mean,
if you drive us home,
exactly.
But yeah, we're Pittsburgh Beer Ladies anyway. So shout out to y'all.
We do honorary Pittsburgh Men Beer Ladies. They drive our boat when we go on our annual tour of the boats on the rivers. So they drive us around to some breweries and stuff on beer tours.
That's cool. I'll chauffeur y'all. I'll chauffeur y'all. I don't have my boat license, but I'll drive that boat.
Boat Pittsburgh.
Figure out a way you can serve the ladies, gentlemen.
There you go. Yeah,
work on that.
Definitely.
We'll have an event. We'll plan it around you. Whatever you want to do for us.
I want you to link up with Cocopreneur and Sila. I think that would be mutually beneficial for all parties.
Yeah, especially because our January event or February event, you just planned it. It's nice.
Drip and Swagoo, we appreciate y'all coming out. As always, Drinking Partners is the crew, Epicast is the family, and we out of here. Buzzy, what is this?
Buzzy, what the fuck is this? Oh.
What is this? Is this replacing that?
No, it replaces the big box.
Okay, that's the thing that
Remember that little teeny one we used to use to record?
Not at all.
It would always sit on the table.
H6,
yeah.
It all sounds like it's